The Brazilian Championship is one of the most balanced leagues in the world. Just looking back at the last 10 editions, you'll find 5 different winners, and 2 of those teams have played in the country's second league in the same period. This year though, the situation was looking completely different. Botafogo, a team who only had the 12th highest market value in the division, had garnered a 13-point lead over their rivals by August. This was seen as a massive feat, not only the greatest performance by any club in the Brazilian league, but also somewhat of a miracle. However, one phone call from Cristiano Ronaldo changed everything. You see, when Ronaldo moved to Saudi Arabia, the league didn't have the superstars that it has today. And as you can expect, the competence of the coaches wasn't that great either. In what comes to Al Nassr, Rudi Garcia was their manager, but apart from a Champions League semi-final run and a league title with Lille back in 2011, he hadn't achieved anything spectacular. Besides, losing the Saudi Championship, even though he had Ronaldo on the squad, against teams full of rejects and Saudi unknowns, meant that Al Nassr would be looking for a new manager in the summer. Cristiano, as the club's biggest superstar, had a big say on who the club was hiring, and his choice was none other than Luis Castro, a veteran manager who had built a reputation of turning weak sides into serious European contenders in the Portuguese league, then moved to Ukraine to further establish Shakhtar's dominance, and in the past year and a half, Castro completely transformed Botafogo from a club who just wanted to avoid relegation into the best team in the South American continent. Every Botafogo player loved him, the fans saw him as the second coming of Christ, and the league title, the first since 1995, looked like just a mere formality. But a phone call by his country's greatest ever player, who said he admired his work, plus the fact that he would receive 6 million euros per season, was too good to refuse. And just like that, at 61 years old, Luis Castro had made his big money move. It was a tough blow for Botafogo, but with such a big lead, they would be fine, right? Well, at first it really seemed so. After all, Rio's black and white hired a coach that looked even better than Castro on paper. Bruno Lage, a man who once conquered the Portuguese league after being appointed midway through the season and overcoming a 7-point deficit to the leaders, a guy who already possessed some valuable Premier League experiences, surely would be good enough to guide Botafogo to glory. Except that he wasn't. Unlike his previous experience with Benfica, this time he was given a stable project that he just had to continue. But less than 3 months after he was initially hired, the club had trimmed their lead from 13 to 7 points, while also being eliminated in the Copa Sudamericana, the equivalent to UEFA's Europa League. But wait, it gets worse. Way worse. Because let's be real, for as much fun as it is to mock Bruno Lage and his face that looks like a moon, was it really his fault? If we were to blame someone, then it would have to be John Textor, the man behind several clubs all across the world with one thing in common: they're all shit right now. Lyon are about to get relegated, Palace are the most stagnant club in the Prem, Molenbeek can even challenge for Europe in the Belgian Pro League. So if every club that he owns remains the same or gets significantly worse, what am I supposed to assume? Textor shouldn't have brought Lage in. He should have went for a more experienced coach that could control a locker room when the pressure increased. Veteran managers like Jesualdo Ferreira and Scolari might not be trendy choices, but they possess the mental fortitude and tactical knowledge to simply coast the club to safety. But appointing Lage wasn't his biggest mistake. Firing him was even worse. Because Textor didn't see this as an opportunity to correct his mistakes. He saw it as a chance to outdo himself in what comes to be an incompetent owner. Lage shouldn't have been appointed, but since he was, they should have at least given him time to turn things around. Instead, they fire him just to promote Lúcio Flávio, a former player and assistant manager with zero experience as a senior coach. But hey, his job was easy, he just had to keep his 7-point lead to secure the title. Well, it got off to a great start, Flávio won his 2 matches in charge, and it really felt like Botafogo were indeed about to secure the title, but then, in the space of 3 weeks, Flávio drew 2 matches, lost 4, and pretty much everyone that was still playing well disappeared. Diego Costa, Marçal, Tiquinho Soares, these are all players with European experience and some of the best during the season, but they simply vanished when Flávio was appointed. And amidst all this chaos, what does the club owner do? Does he criticize the players? Does he try to figure what the hell is going on at training that makes the club lose several matches after having big leads? No, he just puts all the blames in the referees and argues that they want to keep the league competitive until the end. That pretty much sums up his entire personality and why every club he owns is as average as this channel's growth. And now, 3 months after everyone was already crowning Botafogo as the 2023 Brazilian champions, the club is in shambles and about to welcome their 4th coach, Thiago Nunes. In the end, the league is still up for grabs. Botafogo could still win the championship and make me look like a complete buffoon that should have waited a few more weeks to release this video. But the most important thing that I want you to take out from this video is to not sleep on these less talked about leagues. Sure, they might not have the biggest superstars, coaches, or infrastructures, but they can provide more entertainment, drama, and chaos than most top 5 leagues. Crazy bottle jobs like this don't happen every day, but I can guarantee you there are always some controversies and fiery matchups in the South American Championships, and you're missing out on them. I mean, do you know any team that led a league with a 13-point margin and lost it as soon as a Portuguese goat called their manager? I don't think so, but feel free to prove me wrong and leave more bottling stories like this one in the comments. Like the video so that YouTube knows that you want to watch more content like this, and subscribe to never miss the most interesting football discussions, stories, and top 10 lists. Thank you for watching till the end, I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.